Top 5 Valuable USA 1-cent wheat penny coins. Welcome back to Bank of USA Coins, the home of rare old coins and hidden treasure. Today, we bring you good news for coin dealers, collectors, and treasure hunters. Because some wheat pennies are worth more than gold in your pocket, these tiny 1-cent coins can sell for hundreds, thousands, and even life-changing money, if you know what to look for. Many people still have them in jars, drawers, and old collections without knowing. They're real value, so do not skip this video, because the next penny you see could be your lucky day. We will reveal the top 5 most valuable wheat pennies, their history, mint errors, rare dates, and the latest market prices updated for serious collectors. Stay with us until the end, because number 1 will shock you, and it might already be in your collection. Right now, first up. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about wheat pennies in American coin history. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin that many people overlook but serious collectors know can hide incredible value in the right condition. And with the right mint marks, this tiny 1-cent coin has created huge excitement in the collector's market. And some rare examples have sold for thousands of dollars, turning pocket change into treasure. The 1951 wheat penny was produced during the final years of the famous wheat cent design that ran from 1909 to 1958, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse. These coins were struck in massive numbers. But rarity is not only about mint edge numbers, it is about condition, mint errors, and special varieties that collectors fight to own. In 1951, wheat pennies were struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coin has no mint mark. The Denver version carries a small D, and the San Francisco coin shows an S beneath the date. Each mint produced millions of coins. But survival in high-grade condition is what separates a common penny from a valuable collectible. Most circulated 1951 wheat pennies you find today are worth more than face value, simply because of their copper content and collector demand. Even worn examples often sell for several cents to a few dollars. But when you enter the world of uncirculated coins, the value climbs quickly. Bright red examples with full original luster are the coins collectors chase. A 1951 penny graded in mint state condition can sell for dozens or even hundreds of dollars, depending on its color designation. Coins graded red, meaning they still show their original mint color, are the most desirable. Brown coins are more common and therefore less expensive, but still collectible, especially in higher grades. The real excitement begins when we talk about rare errors and exceptional grades. Some 1951 wheat pennies have been discovered with striking errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or planche flaws. These error coins can command strong premiums because each one is unique and tells a story from the minting process. Collectors love coins that stand out from the normal production. Another factor that can push a 1951 wheat penny toward extreme value is professional grading coins. Certified by major grading services often sell for much higher prices, because buyers trust the authenticity and condition. When a coin reaches the top of the grading scale, such as Mrs. 67 or higher, it becomes a registry-level coin, and advanced collectors compete aggressively to own the finest known examples. Auction records have shown that top population 1951 wheat pennies in superb gem condition can reach prices that shock beginners, while not literally millions for a standard issue coin. The excitement and headlines around rare pennies fuel the dream that valuable treasures are still hiding in jars, drawers, and old collections across the country. Searching for a valuable 1951 penny starts with careful inspection. Use a magnifying glass and strong lighting check the date, mint mark, and overall surface. Look for sharp detail in Lincoln's hair and the wheat lines on the reverse coins with minimal wear. Clean surfaces and strong eye appeal are always more desirable. Avoid cleaning coins because cleaning can destroy collector value instantly. Roll hunting and estate collections remain one of the best ways to find hidden wheat pennies. Many collectors report discovering high-grade coins in original bank-wrapped rolls that sat untouched for decades. Patience, knowledge, and consistency are the keys to success in coin collecting. Every penny has potential, and every search brings the thrill of discovery. The 1951 wheat penny represents more than its face value. It is a piece of American history, minted during a time of economic growth and post-war optimism. Holding one connects you to the past and reminds collectors why small coins can carry big stories and sometimes big price tags. As demand for classic American coinage continues to grow, wheat pennies remain a gateway for new collectors, affordable, historic, and exciting to hunt. They teach grading skills, market awareness, and the joy of building a collection, coin by coin. So before you ignore that old penny, take a second look. The next 1951 wheat cent you find could be a high-grade survivor, an error coin, or a missing piece in someone's registry set. And that is what makes coin collecting one of the most addictive hobbies in the world. The hunt never ends, and the next treasure might already be in your pocket. Many collectors wonder how a simple 1-cent coin can reach extraordinary prices. And the answer is always condition, rarity, and demand. The 1951 wheat penny in average condition is common, but a coin preserved perfectly for more than 70 years becomes a survivor of history. And survivors are what elite collectors are willing to pay for when a coin looks almost the same as the day it left the mint. It becomes a time capsule, and time capsules are priceless to the right buyer. One of the most important things to understand is grading scale coin. Grading runs from heavily worn coins to flawless mint state examples, and every small step on that scale can multiply value. A penny graded Mrs. 63 might be affordable, but the same coin graded Mrs. 67 can jump dramatically in price because only a tiny number exist at that level. The higher you go, the fewer coins survive, and scarcity creates competition. Color also plays a huge role in the wheat penny market. Collectors separate coins into brown, and full red categories. Full red coins show bright original copper color and are the most desired because copper naturally darkens over time. Finding a 1951 penny that still shines with original red surfaces is like finding a coin frozen in the year it was minted. Era varieties add another layer of excitement. Some collectors specialize only in mint mistakes because every era is unique. A 1951 penny struck slightly off-center, or with a double design becomes a conversation piece. These coins escaped the mint quality controls and entered circulation, creating accidental rarities that collectors hunt aggressively. The San Francisco mint coins from 1951 are especially interesting for specialists because strike quality and luster can vary widely. Sharp strikes with blazing luster stand out instantly under light, and those are the coins that grading companies reward with top scores once sealed in a professional holder. These coins enter the high-end marketplace, where registry collectors compete for ranking and prestige. Treasure hunters today. We are diving into one of the most talked about hidden gems in American pocket change history. The legendary 1952 wheat penny, a coin that most people ignore every day. But a coin that in rare condition and rare error form can be worth shocking amounts of money. And yes, some examples have sold for prices that collectors call life-changing. And today we are going deep into the history, the mint story, the rare varieties, the errors, the grading secrets, and the real market values that dealers do not always tell beginners. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny was struck during a time when America was growing fast after the war. Factories were booming. Families were saving coins in jars, and millions of pennies were circulating across the country. The coin still carried the classic wheat ears design, on the back a symbol of American agriculture and strength, a design that collectors today consider one of the most beautiful in U.S. coinage history. In 1952, the United States Mint produced wheat pennies in 3 major locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint created coins with small differences, and those differences are exactly where collectors start hunting for value. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of coins, and most of them are common in circulated condition. But when you find a 1952 penny with strong red colorful luster and no wear, the value jumps dramatically because high-grade examples are much harder to find than people think. Many coins from that era were used heavily in daily life, which means untouched mint. State coins are rare survivors. A bright red 1952 Philadelphia wheat penny graded in gem mint condition can sell for hundreds of dollars. And when the strike is perfect and the surfaces are clean, elite graded examples can push into the $1,000 range. Especially when certified by major grading companies, collectors pay premiums for perfection and registry set. Competition drives prices higher every year. Now we move to the Denver Mint. The 1952 D wheat penny is famous among specialists because certain die varieties and strike qualities make this coin exciting to search for. Some Denver coins show sharp details, while others show weak strikes, and collectors love hunting. The strongest examples, high-grade red specimens from Denver, can command serious money, and rare die-crack or repunched mint mark varieties can multiply the value instantly. Error coins are where the real thrill begins. Off-center strikes doubled, dies clipped planchets, and lamination errors from 1952 have appeared in auctions. And when dramatic errors are discovered, the coin transforms from a simple penny into a headline collectible. Some major error examples have sold for thousands because collectors chase uniqueness and rarity above all else. The San Francisco Mint adds another layer of fascination. The 1952 S wheat penny often comes with softer strikes, but when you discover a sharply detailed example, with blazing original red color collectors, consider it a trophy coin. Top population graded pieces are tightly held, and auction appearances trigger bidding wars because advanced collectors are always upgrading their sets. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A worn penny might be worth a few cents, but a mint state red gem can explode in value grading scales, measure every tiny mark, every hairline scratch, and every hint of wear. And that microscopic difference is what separates pocket change from investment-grade collectibles. Many people ask, can a 1952 wheat penny really be worth millions? And the honest answer is that only the rarest of rare combinations, extreme error, plus perfect preservation, plus historical significance could ever approach such legendary numbers. But what makes this exciting is that ordinary people still find valuable coins in old jars, estate collections, and inherited boxes every year. And that possibility keeps the treasure hunt alive. Professional grading services authenticate coins, seal them in protective holders, and assign numeric grades. This process creates trust in the marketplace, and collectors are willing to pay far more for certified examples, because authenticity and condition are guaranteed when a coin receives a top population grade. It becomes a registry prize, and registry collectors compete fiercely, pushing prices to astonishing levels. Another factor driving value is eye appeal. Two coins with the same technical grade can sell for very different prices if one has richer color, cleaner surfaces, and stronger luster. Advanced collectors buy with their eyes, and emotional impact plays a huge role in auction results. Historical context also adds power to the 1952 wheat penny. This coin represents the final era before the wheat design was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, meaning collectors see late-date wheat cents as the closing chapter of a beloved series, and closing chapters always attract attention. Roll hunting has become a modern phenomenon where collectors search bankrolls hoping to discover overlooked treasures. Stories circulate online of lucky hunters finding high-grade wheat pennies and rare errors hiding in circulation. And those stories fuel the dream that the next valuable coin could still be out there waiting. Education is the strongest tool for any collector learning how to identify mint marks, recognize original color, detect cleaning damage, and spot real errors, protects you from costly mistakes, and turns casual searching into skilled treasure hunting. The more knowledge you gain, the more opportunities you see. Market demand for classic American coins continues to grow as new collectors enter the hobby, driven by social media, auction headlines, and viral treasure stories. Wheat pennies are often the gateway coin, affordable, historic, and packed with discovery potential, which keeps them permanently popular. If you own a 1952 wheat penny, the first step is simple. Examine the coin under good lighting. Never clean it. Cleaning destroys value. Look for mint marks. Check the color. Red, brown, or brown. Inspect the surfaces for unusual features and compare with trusted grading guides. If the coin looks exceptional, professional grading might unlock hidden value. The beauty of coin collecting is that every small piece of metal carries history. Every penny traveled through hands across decades, buying groceries, riding buses, passing through registers, and surviving time. When you hold a wheat penny, you hold a silent witness to American life in the early 1950s, and that emotional connection is priceless to collectors. As prices rise and supplies tighten, high-quality examples become harder to find, which means long-term collectors often treat gem wheat pennies as miniature stores of wealth. Compact, historic, and globally recognized, the best coins combine rarity, condition, beauty, and story, and the 1952 wheat penny checks all those boxes for serious enthusiasts. Coins collectors from around the world. Today, we are opening the door to one of the most exciting secrets in American coin history. And this tiny copper coin could change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Imagine holding a simple 1-cent wheat penny from 1953 and discovering it is worth not $1, not $1,000, but a life-changing amount that serious collectors fight for every year. This is not just a coin story. This is a treasure hunt, and today you are part of it. The 1953 wheat penny is one of those coins that looks ordinary to the average person, but to experienced collectors, it can be a hidden jackpot. The wheat penny design itself already carries history. Pride and artistry first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln. This design remained until 1958, and the 1953 issue sits near the end of that legendary era, which makes it even more interesting for collectors who want complete wheat cent collections. In 1953, the United States Mint produced wheat pennies in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint created coins with small differences, and those differences are where the real value begins. Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, Denver coins carry a small D, and San Francisco coins carry a small S below the date. Many people ignore these tiny letters, but serious collectors know mint marks can multiply value instantly. The most common 1953 wheat pennies are worth only a few cents in worn condition, but the story changes dramatically when we talk about high-grade uncirculated coins and rare mint errors. Coins that never entered circulation and still shine with original mint luster can sell for surprising prices, especially when certified by professional grading. Companies' collectors are willing to pay premium money for coins graded MS65, MS66 or higher, because these coins are extremely difficult to find in perfect condition after more than 70 years. Now let us talk about the dream scenario that excites every coin hunter. Error. Coins during production mistakes happened, and sometimes those mistakes created rarities that are now worth thousands or even more doubled die. Errors off center strikes and repunched mint marks are among the most valuable varieties. A strong doubled die on a 1953 wheat penny can make the lettering look shadowed or doubled, and when authenticated, this kind of coin becomes a star piece in auctions. Another factor that pushes value higher is original red color. Copper coins naturally darken over time, but a 1953 penny that still shows full red brilliance is rare collectors. Describe colors as brown, brown, or full red, and full red examples bring the strongest prices. A high-grade 1953S wheat penny with full red color has sold for hundreds, and in exceptional condition, even more during competitive bidding. Condition is everything in coin. Collecting 2 pennies from the same year can have a price difference of thousands simply because of wear scratches or weak strike. Professional grading protects buyers and sellers and confirms authenticity. So if you believe you have a special 1953 penny, sending it to a grading service could reveal its true market power. Let us imagine you discover a 1953 wheat penny in an old jar or inherited collection. The first step is gentle inspection. Never clean the coin, because cleaning destroys value. Hold it by the edges. Use soft lighting and look closely at the date. Mint mark and lettering. Search for doubling, unusual shine, or strange alignment. Even a small detail can transform a common coin into a collector prize. The coin market is driven by demand, and wheat pennies remain one of the most popular entry points for collectors worldwide. Millions of people build Lincoln cent albums, and they constantly search for upgrades. Better color, sharper strike, and rarer varieties. This steady demand keeps prices strong and ensures that top-quality 1953 pennies will always attract attention. Some sellers exaggerate and claim every 1953 penny is worth millions, which is not realistic, but the excitement comes from the possibility of rare high-grade or error examples that can reach impressive auction results. Education is your strongest tool. When you understand grading mint history and error types, you move from guessing to investing. Collectors love stories, and every coin carries one. Your 1953 wheat penny traveled through decades of American history. It may have passed through thousands of hands-bought candy, paid bus fare, or rested forgotten in a drawer. Until today. Now it enters a new chapter as a collectible artifact and maybe even a profitable discovery. Before you spend any old penny, always check the date, and mint mark create a habit of looking closely, because valuable coins hide in plain sight. Many legendary finds came from ordinary pocket change and patient collectors who refused to ignore small details. The difference between 1 cent and a rare collectible often comes down to knowledge and attention. As we go deeper into the world of the 1953 wheat penny, you begin to understand that real collectors do not just look at coins. They study them like detectives. Every tiny mark, every shine pattern, every ridge along the edge tells a story about how that coin was born and how it survived through time. The minting process in the early 1950s was fast and powerful. Massive presses struck thousands of coins per minute. And when pressure alignment, or metal flow, shifted even slightly, a unique variety could appear. And that is where hidden value is created. Inside the mint blank copper planchets were fed into machines that stamped Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front and the iconic wheat ears on the back. When the dies were fresh, the details appeared sharp and bold, but as dies aged, the strike became softer, sometimes producing weak lettering or blurred lines. Collectors today search for coins with strong strikes because sharp detail means the coin represents the design exactly as the artist intended. One of the most exciting moments for a collector is discovering a high-grade coin in an unexpected place. Many valuable wheat pennies were pulled from circulation decades ago and stored in rolls jars and forgotten envelopes. Families often pass down coins without realizing what they hold. A single roll of original bank-wrapped 1953 pennies can contain untouched treasures, coins that never experienced circulation, friction, and still glow with mint frost opening. Such a roll feels like opening a time capsule from mid-century America. When grading a 1953 wheat penny, professionals examine several features: luster, surface preservation, strike quality, and eye. Appeal luster is the natural shine created by microscopic flow lines during minting when a coin is rotated under light. This shine moves like a cartwheel across the surface. Strong, uninterrupted luster signals. Minimal handling and increases. Desirability scratches. Stains or dull patches reduce grade and therefore reduce value. Eye appeal is another powerful factor. Two coins with the same technical grade can sell for very different prices if one looks cleaner. Brighter and more attractive collectors are emotional buyers. They chase beauty as much as rarity. A glowing red 1953 penny with smooth surfaces can outperform a technically equal coin that appears spotted or dark. Let us talk about auction energy, because this is where numbers can surprise people. When a rare error or superb condition wheat penny appears in a major auction, serious bidders compete aggressively. Prices rise in seconds. Surfaces can outperform a technically equal coin that appears spotted or dark. Let us talk about auction energy, because this is where numbers can surprise people. When a rare error or superb condition wheat penny appears in a major auction, serious bidders compete aggressively. Prices rise in seconds, and records can fall. A coin that might sit quietly in a collection for decades suddenly becomes the center of attention, and its value is decided by pure demand. In that moment, this competitive environment is why top certified examples achieve headline prices. Today, we are opening the door to one of the most exciting secrets hiding in American pocket change. And this is not just another old penny story. This is about the 1950 wheat penny, a coin that millions of people ignored for decades. But a few lucky collectors now chase like treasure, because certain rare examples of this small copper coin are connected to prices that shock the market and turn ordinary change into collector gold. Right now, somewhere in the United States, a forgotten jar, a dusty drawer, or an old family coin box could be holding a 1950 wheat penny worth far more than 1 cent, and most people would spend it without even looking twice. But serious collectors know that the wheat penny era is one of the richest hunting grounds in American coin history, and the 1950 issue sits in a fascinating position between common circulation coins and rare high-grade survivors that command attention at auctions around the world. The wheat penny design itself already carries legendary status. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln, This coin became the first US circulating coin to feature a real historical figure and not a symbolic image. The reverse design with the two wheat ears became an instant classic, and today collectors see it as a symbol of early 20th century America, industry growth, and everyday commerce. By 1950, the United States was entering a powerful post-war economic boom. Pennies were struck in huge numbers to support expanding trade and daily transactions. But mass production does not automatically mean every coin is common, because condition rarity mint errors and preservation create an entirely different world of value. And this is where the story becomes exciting for anyone holding a 1950 wheat penny. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of 1950 pennies, yet most of them circulated heavily. They were scratched, worn, faded, and eventually lost to time. But a tiny fraction survived in extraordinary mint state condition coins that never saw real circulation. Coins that were pulled from fresh rolls or saved by early collectors who somehow understood the future importance of preserving perfect examples. When a 1950 wheat penny appears in top certified grades, the market reacts strongly because collectors compete for the finest survivors population reports. From grading services reveal how rare true gem quality coins really are, and when supply is microscopic in demand, global prices can climb to levels that surprise new collectors. But condition is only one side of the story, because mint errors add another layer of mystery, and value error coins represent moments when the minting process briefly failed, creating accidental varieties that today function like fingerprints of history. Off-center strikes doubled, dies, clipped planchets, and other mechanical anomalies transform an ordinary penny into a unique collectible artifact. Imagine finding a 1950 wheat penny with a dramatic off-center strike where part of the design is missing, yet the date remains visible. Collectors pay strong premiums for visually striking errors because they are instantly recognizable and impossible to duplicate each. One captures a split second in the minting press, frozen forever in copper. Another factor driving excitement is the Denver and San Francisco mint issues marked with small mint letters below the date. Collectors build complete sets and often seek the highest graded example from each mint location. This competitive registry culture pushes elite coins into headline prices, especially when two determined buyers refuse to back down at auction. Even circulated 1950 wheat pennies hold value beyond face because they represent a closing chapter of the classic wheat era, which would end in 1958. Many collectors assemble full wheat penny albums, and every date matters. The emotional satisfaction of filling that final empty slot in an album keeps demand alive year after year. Now let us talk about the dream scenario that fuels coin hunting across America. The possibility of discovering an overlooked treasure in everyday places, estate sales, flea markets, inherited collections, or bank-wrapped rolls. Searched late at night by dedicated hobbyists, stories continue to surface about rare coins found by ordinary people. And while million-dollar headlines are rare, the thrill of the hunt is very real and very addictive. The key to success is education. Collectors who study grading, learn to recognize original surfaces, and understand mint error diagnostics gain a powerful advantage. Knowledge turns a casual searcher into a strategic hunter, and the 1950 wheat penny becomes more than a coin. It becomes a test of observation, patience, and expertise. Preservation also plays a critical role. Improper cleaning destroys value instantly, because serious collectors demand originality. A coin with natural color and untouched surfaces will always outperform a polished example. Experienced numismatists repeat the same rule again and again. Never clean old coins because history cannot be restored once it is erased. As we look at auction archives, we see how the market rewards excellence superb. Gem 1950. Wheat pennies certified at the highest levels achieve prices that multiply their humble 1-cent origin. Many of these coins were saved by chance, tucked away in rolls or collections, and forgotten until rediscovered decades later. Their journey from pocket change to auction spotlight proves how time transforms ordinary objects into historical collectibles. For new collectors, the message is clear. Every coin deserves a second look, especially wheat pennies from the mid-20th century. The difference between a common piece and a premium collectible can be subtle yet life-changing sharp details. Blazing luster and minimal marks separate elite coins from the rest, and training your eye to see these details is part of the adventure. The 1950 wheat penny stands as a reminder that value is not always loud. Sometimes it hides quietly in plain sight, waiting for the person curious enough to pay attention. And in a world rushing toward digital money, the tactile connection of holding a historic coin creates a powerful bridge to the past. Coins. Collector family today. We are opening the door to one of the most shocking stories in American coin history. A small copper coin that most people ignore. A coin that millions have touched without knowing its hidden power. The 1957 wheat penny. A simple 1-cent coin that has turned ordinary collectors into legends. And in this episode, we reveal why some 1957 wheat pennies are worth thousands. And the rare examples collectors dream about every night. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never look at your pocket change the same way again. The 1957 wheat penny was struck during the final golden era of the wheat cent design, a design that had already become a symbol of American history. First introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln. And by 1957, this coin had traveled through wars, economic booms, and cultural change. Yet it still carried the same proud wheat ears on the reverse and the strong Lincoln portrait on the front. Most people believe a coin made in the millions cannot be valuable. But the truth is, value hides in condition, rarity, and error. And the 1957 wheat penny has all three. In 1957, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 1 billion wheat pennies, while the Denver Mint added hundreds of millions more making. It one of the highest production years in the series. At first glance, that sounds like a coin that should be worth only 1 cent. But collectors do not chase ordinary coins. They chase extraordinary survivors. Coins that escaped circulation. Coins that were struck perfectly. Coins with mint errors, and coins preserved in mint state condition. And this is where the story becomes exciting. A common circulated 1957 wheat penny is usually worth a few cents to a few dollars, depending on condition. But when we move into uncirculated grades, the price begins to climb sharply. A brilliant red mint state example, graded MS65 can sell for $20 to $50, and higher grades, such as MS66 and MS67, can reach hundreds of dollars, because these coins are extremely difficult to find without mark scratches or fading color. The red copper glow is what collectors fight for, and only a tiny fraction of the original mintage survived in that perfect, fiery state. But the real treasure hunters search for the legendary 1957 D wheat penny. With strong strike and exceptional luster high-grade Denver coins have crossed auction blocks for hundreds, and sometimes over $1,000 when certified by professional grading services. And when a coin reaches near perfect condition, the price jumps dramatically, because registry collectors compete fiercely to own the finest known example. Now we enter the world of mint errors, where the 1957 wheat penny becomes a monster in the collector market. Doubled. Dies off center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks transform an ordinary cent into a museum piece. The most famous is the 1957 doubled die obverse, where the lettering and date show visible doubling to the naked eye. These coins are rare and highly demanded, and strong examples have sold for over $1,000, with premium pieces pushing even higher, depending on eye appeal and certification. Imagine finding such a coin in an old jar inherited from family, or hidden in a forgotten drawer. This is why collectors constantly search rolls from banks' estate sales and flea markets, because history repeats itself and treasures reappear when least expected every wheat. Penny deserves inspection under magnification, especially the date, mint mark, and lettering, because the smallest detail can separate a 1-cent coin from a 4-figure collectible. Color also plays a massive role in value. Collectors categorize copper cents as brown-red, brown or full red coins, with blazing original mint color command, the strongest premiums because copper naturally darkens over time, preserving that red. Brilliance for nearly 70 years is extremely rare, and coins stored in ideal conditions become time capsules of the 1950s mint. Grading is another battlefield. Beginners often underestimate how strict professional grading can be. A coin that looks perfect to the naked eye may still grade lower due to microscopic marks, strike weakness, or color inconsistency. This is why authentication and certification by major grading companies adds trust and often multiplies market value. Serious collectors prefer slabbed coins because they guarantee authenticity and long-term protection. The emotional power of the Wheat Penny series also drives demand. These coins connect generations. Grandparents saved them, children searched for them, and modern investors treat them as entry points into numismatics. The 1957 issue represents the final chapter. Before the Lincoln Memorial design replaced the Wheat Reverse in 1959, making it part of the closing act of a legendary series, and collectors love final era coins because they symbolize transition and history. Market trends show steady growth in high-grade wheat cents as more collectors compete for top registry sets. Population reports reveal how few perfect examples exist, and scarcity at the highest levels fuels aggressive bidding wars. Auction records continue to surprise even experienced dealers, proving that condition, rarity always wins in the long run. If you want to search for valuable 1957 wheat pennies, start by checking old coin rolls, inherited collections, and bank-wrapped cents. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope. Examine the date and lettering for doubling, inspect the rims for off-center strikes, and look for unusual textures that may indicate mint. Errors never clean a coin, because cleaning destroys value instantly. Even a rare era coin loses collector appeal if its original surface is damaged. Storage matters just as much as discovery. Keep coins in acid-free. Holders avoid humidity, and never touch the surface with bare fingers. Oils from skin can stain. Copper permanently. Smart preservation today can turn a modest coin into a premium collectible decades from now. The dream of finding $1 million penny fuels every collector. And while the 1957 wheat penny has not reached that legendary price tier, the excitement comes from the hunt. The knowledge and the possibility that the next coin you inspect could be a rare doubled die or flawless mint state survivor waiting to shock the market coin. Collecting is not just a hobby. It is a treasure hunt written in metal. And every wheat penny carries a whisper from the past. So the next time you see a small copper cent, do not ignore it. Hold it up to the light, study its surface. Imagine the hands it traveled through since 1957. Imagine the stories it could tell. And remember that hidden among billions of ordinary coins are the rare few that rewrite collector history. And your journey as a coin hunter begins with a single careful look.